Trayvon Smith. I'm the host. The show you're watching right now is called Star Talent Showcase. Today, back with us again, you got Squeezio and Jiggy Jada.
Hello, world.
All right. And, I had so much fun the last time we were here and stuff. And I decided to bring you guys back again. We're a part of something very deep, very emotional. We were talking about the memory of the Trayvon Martin situation that's happened in Florida and stuff. Coming up on Saturday, September 7th, 2013, the Million Youth March and the Black Family Coalition Massive Rally. They're going to be doing something up in Harlem State Office Building, the Plaza, having Printing Power and stuff. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, the feelings and what happened with Trayvon Martin, black man, American, doing nothing more than walking down the street, gets murdered and killed. Justices.
Honestly, just goes to show that your country is unjust. For 1 minute, you can sit there and say, we're all built to be equal. Every man should be punished and equal right. And yet a man commits murder, he still gets away with it. And the only reason why he gets away with it, and I've stressed it a few times in conversations, because in certain states, they have laws where you can vote for them at, like the little miniature elections to get the primaries and all that. Nobody is informed of that information. You miss out on that. So when the people sit there, they're like, oh, the law is unjust, it's biased. And the only reason why it's unbiased is because you're not voting for the law. There's other people out there who know about these and they're voting for them. It's the people who want to feel safe. What they don't realize is just because the law makes you feel safe doesn't mean you're on the safe side of things.
Now you're talking about the stand your ground law.
Exactly, stand your ground.
Now here's the situation. Had it been the other way around where Trayvon...
It probably wouldn't even work that way. He would have been a young man who committed a murder and he would have went to jail.
Okay. And so we see that happening even here in New York, even though we don't have a stand your ground law. We see that cops can pull you to the side, search your bag, pat you up and down. And if you say something or get loud about it, he pulls his gun out and take your life.
Exactly.
And stuff. Now, is our laws is cockamamie because think about it. Had Trayvon been a relative of Oprah Winfrey, all right, or if it was a situation where he had lots of money, all right, because our society is a capitalist society, right? It's all about that money. You can commit murder. As long as you have $1 billion and stuff, you can pay the judge off under the table. Stuff.
I want to comment on that.
Go ahead.
I actually found out recently that Zimmerman's father was actually a judge.
Really?
See, they didn't really put that to the forefront from the beginning because you already know they take care of their own. So it's funny that you said that because Zimmerman's father is a judge, and that's why I was like, it's just so crazy you said that. I didn't know if you knew that, but his father was a judge, and when your father's a judge, when you know anybody in the judicial system, they stick with their own. You can do the most incriminating, inhumane thing, but it's because of who you know. This is just how this world is. This is how this society is. If you know somebody in power, then you're basically above the law.
You can escape.
If you're poor, you're under the law.
Now, tell me what type of judge was his father?
I didn't look that up, but that's something I should do. That's like a homework assignment now. Now I'm going to look that up. I didn't even think twice about that.
Okay.
Because I was just shocked at the fact that they did it so outlandishly and blatant and really they didn't care.
But then you find it funny, right? How the same way they kept that information under the table, they made sure they tried to expose everything about that young black man's life.
Mm-hmm.
What he did on Facebook, what he did on MySpace, all that. That just shows the media is half-assed. It's only set up to make them look good. Make us look like the bad guys,
the statistics.
Yeah. Now, here's the craziness, first of all, because I already knew when the jury was picked that they're going to get this guy. The news was already talking about this is human being. Being only put together. They had 2 black females on the jury and wrestling with which was okay. But then later on, as I look on the TV, what was it, Good Morning America, the black sister comes out. She's not under no silhouette or anything. She's face out there. Hey, listen, he was guilty. Zimmerman was guilty. And so, and then I'm screaming at the TV, if Zimmerman was guilty, how come the brother's still walking on the streets? How come, and then the other TV show, other white lady, she's all covered up, disguised, and we couldn't see her face. Oh, the guy was guilty. And then I didn't understand, how is it that two jury people said that the guy is guilty, but because we're hooked into some politics and technicality and all this other stuff, I said, this is BS. We should talk to him.
This whole Trayvon case really is just, to me, it's like, reminds me of when I was a little bit younger in 1997 when the cops killed Amadou Diallo. And it's like, stuff like that, when it happens in certain places, let's say for instance like in Watts. When a situation happened with Rodney King in 1994, the people fought back. You know, I don't really agree with everything that they did, you know, as far as the looting and burning their own neighborhoods and walking into suburbs and doing that. No, I think that is powerful to have strength in numbers to get your point across, but violence is the problem. You know, and I feel like we don't really have to fight when there's more of us than them anyway. But if we could come together for stupidity, why can't we come together for something of substance? You know, and it's like, it shouldn't have to take another black man to pass away for us to get upset and do something that we should have been doing. You know, like when I look at my ancestry and I look at some of my family members in my family, and they were freedom fighters, and that's why I have the fight in me. And it's like, I can try to talk to somebody my age or even maybe a little bit older than me, and they still wouldn't understand that we are literally living in a prison in America with invisible bars that we cannot see. And people they're not understanding that. You know, like people get in trouble and they're not from this country and they get sent back to where they're from. You know, we are literally trapped here. We really didn't ask to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, a black person could do something and would be weird, thrown in jail. So why not take us back to Africa? I wouldn't mind, because unbeknownst to a lot of people, Africa is beautiful. It's not what they try to tell you it is. Every place has its good and its bad. But the thing about Africa is it's rich and poor. There's no in between. But it's not just this horrible, horrid place. You know, it's just like it's people that sell you out in America. It's the same thing that happened with Africa. But it's like everything that happens here, everybody tries to act like they're so surprised or they're so shocked. That's because everybody's been feeding what they've been eating, they've been giving you for years. And now only certain type of people are starting to wake up and see, like, wait, this is BS. This is not really what it's supposed to be. They're killing us and they're telling us it's okay. And then, like, what a lot of black people don't realize, they wonder why, like, the white people act the way they do. And you can't really just blame a whole race for something that a few people do. You know, because everybody's not the same. You have some people that are the same complexion that even I was so outraged, like the things I would see people saying on the media sites, because even our own kind has gotten used to seeing our own kind die. So now you're upset because people are fighting for the cause. You have to fight for something or they're going to kill us all. But there were people of our own kind that were mad. I don't want to hear no more about Trayvon Martin. You didn't know him. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. That's not the point. The point of the matter is, at one point in time, we were all one. Way before all this electronics, way before all of this technology, we were all one, and we were one with Earth, and we weren't really looked upon as nations or creeds. We were just people, and we were one with nature, and that's the way it should be and how it needs to be. And being that man has become the way it is, man has basically become a machine. They don't want to go back to that. So it's going to take horrible events to happen for people to die and be reborn, to rebirth this revolution, because that's what I feel is happening, the revolution. And what's really happening, they're not putting on TV. They're just putting on TV what they want you to see. We don't really know the real yet.
That's true.
That's how I feel about that.
And also to add to that, with Troy Davis, the guy was put on death row, put to death, even though the people who had said that he committed the crime came back and said he didn't commit the crime, they still put him to death. Okay? So an innocent man was put to death, black man in America, and our president sat back, didn't do anything. Now we have a black president, and we have more racism now than we had like 5-10 years ago when Bush was in office. Even though the racism was out there, it wasn't like in our face. Now it's like, boom, we don't even care. Listen, we're going to be running out of more time right now. I love this conversation. let's talk about what's coming up with you guys. And next thing, we're doing the Troy Davis, memory of Troy Davis. You got some performances that you got coming out. Also, your mom was a rapper too.
Yeah.
What was her name?
She was the Duchess of York, aka Diana Flores. At one point in time in 1996, she used to be in the studio with this group called Black Light. She did a lot of stuff. She met all of these people. Like, she met Kanye. She did a show with Kanye West in 2005, and at this is when he first started to emerge. But she didn't know who he was, and it was real creepy because he liked her friend, so he was just staring at the Spanish girl. Because she was Spanish, he was just staring at her. But he came up to her mother, he gave her props or whatever, and I was like, "Ma, you take his number, no nothing," because it could have happened, you know. But she didn't know. That's when he just got signed to Rockefeller. I'm like, "Ma, that's Kanye West through the wire." You know, I was in high school at the junior. Yeah, I was in junior high school, middle school. And the kids, you know, we were into rap, so we started like, who is this guy, you know?
Right.
And I was a fan from then. Not so much now, but then I was a real fan of Kanye West. He was like a different type of rapper, and my mother didn't know who he was. She did her thing, and then she just stopped and just passed the baton. I don't know.
Okay. Now tell me about some of the music that you're gonna do today. Right? You're gonna do a cappella, and you're gonna do something, and then I know you just did a music video for tribute to Trayvon. Right? Yeah, that stuff. So, what's the name of the song?
The song that I did for Trayvon, I'm not gonna give you all of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you guys the acapella sample because it's one verse directly that's dedicated to him. So I want to make sure that the people hear that, and then I'll give them some of the hook. And the song is called "No Justice, No Peace."
Okay.
But it's spelled K-N-O-W, not N-O. You know?
Okay.
So no justice, no peace. The way it spells. Don't worry, you're gonna get the video when it's done. Trust me.
Okay. Tell me about the record label, the new label that you with, the new, you know.
It's more like the coalition.
Okay.
Danger Room, they accepted me from day one. They embraced me. Like we've done shows together, you know, collectively as one. The whole unit. There's a lot of people. They were connected, and a lot of people want to be down with me. It just didn't happen that way.
Okay.
But the way I don't know. Squeezy, help me out because I'm still excited. I'm just excited.
It was out one night. Conversations was mingling, and MMOB was connected with Dave from Social Club.
Okay.
But it's a good merger because MMOB is making their name heavy out of Staten Island, and us as Danger Room, we've been making our name hot for a nice little minute. So, you know, to put the two together, it's just amazing. It was something that was supposed to happen, like divine intervention.
Okay. Well, listen, that sounds great. We'll be right back with more from Squeezio and Jiggy Jada. Stay right where you're at. Star Talent House.
MMOB. We back, B-Cat. I'm on my name, Shane. You better duck even, nigga.
First lady.
Stand down, we up,
Squeegee up. We about to show you how we give it up.
Jiggy Jada Squeegee, yo. Let them know how you feelin', bro. Huh?
Staten Island's lyrics is of the year for putting others in fear and showing the people special talents. Most of these cats spit verbal. I'm the new German scientist for the soul on to create a show off. Can't walk the halls if you ain't fit. No other nigga could color copy my paint plans. Made it steel, no plastic tin foul wheels, running over fumes, no battery back in charge of field. Come to the regular show, my name's Skitch. Watch the pussy come and fly like it's back inside of my dick. Tell life to the crack of my ass as I pass by. Eyes look slender in the red wall like I'm mad high. Last man standing in the range full of tampons. Tell them I confess to the fire like I was Cameron. Breaking legs and leaving with nothing that they can stand on. Don't get crutches cause I'll break those too. Making moves through the 718. Big up Captain Beast. Nice our niggas some members and got them wet the sheets. They got niggas saying bread, make rest in peace. They every rapper in the state working Western beat. Trifecta, better than dissector. Niggas that chick straight for one night and slide sex. And Squeegeo's to the DJ to the regular. Break this combined on the track side of the elevator.
I shot the sheriff, telling niggas run and tell it. You disrespect me coming for your neck like a relic. Feel it in your pelvis, I know whoever's on the track. Keep talking till you swelling on your back, that's a fact. I don't even have to rap, you catch me up in LA. Wavy like the ferry, couple models in the telly. Style out the box, swag, make the sneakers jump. Lounging in a hoopie, but I let my speakers bump. Your honey wanna do me, cause I busted like a Uzi. Catch you slipping with the toolie, they say what you even want. Slide, me and Squeegee going geeky on these fuck boys. We touch toys on that goose spit it up, boy. These haters mad. How about you when your dad? He the one who conceived you. Never gave you swag, really. I hate the brag, but I have to. Doubling we bad news, they was moving back too. Goons got a pack from the back like a classroom. They don't wanna act room, man, my bitches smack dudes. These rap views, that's an eye with these rap dudes. I'm like Neo with these shots when I pass through. Yeah, purple heart,
Danger Room in the building.
MMOB in my brain. We got yo on the track. Yo, we back. What up? What up? We back. Don't stand back. The BK, y'all already know what it is. 2013 shit. Yeah. But on a serious note, cut the music so you can hear me. On a serious note, since we were talking about Trayvon Martin, I want y'all to be on the lookout for my next upcoming single, No Justice, No Peace. I'm gonna hit y'all with a little sample, straight acapella with no beat so y'all can hear what I'm saying. Now what happened to Trayvon just ain't right. Guess it's illegal being young and black on late nights. The media try to blind you with the fake hype. We small fish in a sea full of great whites. No pun intended, but if it was reversed before they thought about it, they would have killed my brother first. It's no fair hearing in the skin that we're wearing. Moonyans, jigaboos, niggas, and bad parents. We judged by our parents. Then they wonder why we out our minds mad staring at the ones who reap the benefits of ancestors. They done beat us down, fed us lies, and dressed us. We either rappers or hairdressers. Very few get to make it in the loop, and when they do, they get stripped as naked as the truth. Hate to say it's overdue, we gotta represent. We still ain't ready with a black president. It's sad. I'm laughing at the lies that's told. I cry for souls who's walking with their eyelids closed, and I suppose we're all zombies. Resident Evil, brain dead lab rats, irrelevant people. The revolution will not be televised. So what you gonna do? Fight or just step aside? Put your fist up right away. If you looking for a brighter day, scream out no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. We warring on the streets, rallies with police. I'ma stand up to Trayvon, rest in peace. I'ma stand up to Sean Bell, rest in peace. I'ma stand up till we all rest in peace. My brothers and my sisters, peace. Stop bullying. Little Erica, first year in America, but everybody's prejudiced. Keep calling her terrorist. She wears a bronze necklace that represents her heritage. Assalamu alaikum to her teachers, they were scared of it. One kid in particular kept teasing and hitting her. He would laugh and spit on her, got other kids to pick on her. She barely understood the words, but she saw the hatred. Hid in the bathroom to escape from their faces. Tried to tell her parents, but they didn't understand. Her brother was a bully too, one time he cut her hand. She prayed to Allah for guidance, but in return all she got back was silence. But sometimes the silence was louder than the siren. She never could adapt to the ways of the climate. She'd rather run away than behave like a tyrant. So she packed a little bag, crept through the back door, ran into a bully in the alley with a cracked jaw, begging please don't let me die on this black floor. Something deep inside of her wanted her to walk away, but inshallah you spread love, she wasn't taught that way. So she called an ambulance, then she cried please don't bully, never know who you might need. Buck broke down, I'm sorry for the things that I say. The way I was raised, we see you as a dangerous race. I made a mistake, probably why you ran away tonight. Who would've thought you'd be the one that would save my life? Probably why you ran away tonight. Who would've thought you'd be the one that would save my life? Stop bullying. Stop bullying. See, Buck was born into Confederate flags. A redneck for a dad who hated his mom left when he was 4. She was all that he had. He gets angry every time that he thinks of the past. Goes to school, breaks the rules, walks like he knows he's cool. Always had a thing for dudes, but you see, no one knew. One time his dad walked him to tell him about the cable. Bust in his room and saw a picture on the table. It was a guy named Roy, he met him online. He was naked and his dad came at the wrong time. So you wanna be a fan, wear a dress, walk and drag. No son of mine will ever be something like that. Bug tried to play it off, Dad, it's nothing like that. Till he threw him off the bed, that's when he saw the mags. You were never born to live, this is something you chose. He was so mad, he kicked his jaw, punched in his nose. Told him get out, he cried, I have no nowhere to go. This is my home, not anymore. That's when he blacked out. Woke up near a crack house, bloody nose, smashed mouth. Tried to walk past out, right over a glass path. Then he cried, God forgive me for the people I hurt. Please don't tell me this the way that I'm leaving this earth. Right then he heard footsteps, just to find it was Erica. He took a deep breath, thinking I deserve to die for the way that I am. To his surprise, she kneeled down, gave him a hand. To live, learn, and love is the way of the land. You never know till you on the other side of the hand. Stop bullying.
I wasn't welcome to church. I'm not welcome in a lot of people's homes.
Stop bullying.
All they see is gay.
Stop bullying. Dedicated to those who have been bullied, who have suffered. It's time that we stand up, be the voice, make the choice, stop bullying.